Good afternoon. Welcome to this Zoom session with property hunting in Florida with Homes of America Realty. My name is Liz Rowlinson. I'm an international property journalist. I often work with Place in the Sun, have done for 10 years. But I'm here to introduce Howard Thorne, who's been in America quite a few years. He's going to tell you about that and what he does in Florida. And then we're going to show you three wonderful properties and talk a bit about the market and what's happening, key things to think about if you're buying a property. So Howard, tell us, when did you go to America? What have you been doing? What's your business?
Hello, Liz. Nice of you to have me here. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, just to give you and the viewers an idea of who I am. So yes, my name is Howard Thorne, and I'm the broker and owner of Homes of America Realty, LLC, which is a registered company in the state of Florida. I also have an own Homes of America Management, which is an LLC company here in Florida, and I have Homes of America Rentals. So I have kind of a trinity of companies that people are looking for when they're buying a property, because they need to buy something, they need to have it managed, and they need, if it's an investment, to have rentals placed in it. So at least I can keep that in-house. I do have in-house mortgage capability as well, so I can take care of anybody that wishes or wants to find out about having a mortgage. I do have a business side as well, where I do help people buy businesses and relocate them to Florida, which is quite of a good interest at the moment. So the company has been based here just under Disney to the left on the 192. And I've been here for 23 years now, so well experienced. I guess you were still at school then, Liz. So
that's generous.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I meant primary. So yeah, so we're able to help families because we are a family company. So my daughters, son-in-laws, everybody is in the key positions within this company. So that makes it the feeling of our family is helping yours. And I do have a little punchline which says results, not promises, because I won't allow anybody, I know that sounds strong, to buy the wrong home. Because if it doesn't suit their remit, then I just can't let them buy it, and I will tell them so. That's me.
And Howard, because some of the terminology in Florida is different. It's a different way of buying. What is the difference between a broker and a realtor?
Yes, it certainly is different. The state of Florida loves buyers, and it wants to take care of them. So it has a division of real estate, and that division of real estate then has its branch offices, I guess, which are called brokerages, and they are licensed. And that means contracts should be written in a brokerage because the broker is there, and we're trained in order to close properties, in order to help people with investments. We can advise on investments where realtors are subcontractors, and they hold their license with me, and I watch over them. Without a broker, they are not allowed to do anything in property for anybody at all. And it's a serious offense over here. It can lead up to 5 years, behind the bars. So with that means when you're dealing with a realtor, they are commission-based, so they don't have a wage. But if a realtor came to me today, one of mine, and said, I'm leaving, I said, okay, goodbye. And then I take him off my system, and then he has to be on somebody else before he could buy another, sell another home. So, but when it comes to the UK and here, there is a difference. That there's here there is no solicitor involved, so it seems quite strange to some people. They always say, "So when do we see a solicitor?" Well, in Florida, there's no need to, because the broker really takes care of maintaining the legal side of the legal contract that was drawn up by the Florida Bar and the National Association of Realtors. So we stay within that contract, and the broker watches over it. So there is no separate payment for a solicitor, and there's no payment from the buyer to the broker or the realtor because we get our money from the seller. So when somebody sells a home, it's at a specific commission rate, and then that covers my services to the buyer. So there are no sales taxes. Whatever you see the price is to pay, that is what you are going to be paying. So without the solicitor, yes, there are real estate attorneys here, and people do have the right to send a contract to it, but it costs them $1,000 just to say, yes, it's okay, because it's a Florida bar contract. Okay, so that is the main difference about estate agents in England and brokers and realtors here.
Yeah, so you're licensed, as you explained, key difference, and don't you have people that are called something to do with title people that are just involved in it sorting out the the title deed?
Yes, when you say titles, you mean dukes and ladies or lords? No, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's a title company.
That's
And
it.
yeah, once again, that's a federally regulated company which has escrow accounts. So when somebody does buy a home, then their deposit will be placed into escrow with the title company, meaning nobody can touch that money at all unless the contract says what happens to it and with a certain instance, or buyer and seller both have an agreement to release the funds. So it sits there very secure. Now, the title company also supply to the broker a settlement statement, because the contract says the title company must supply all the liens, all the checks, or everything to make sure there are no encumbrances on that property, so we can have clear title. So freehold in England, really here, it comes onto two words. One is clear title, and the other one is fee simple, really both the same. But fee simple was still used in England in old law over there. So once we see the settlement statement, that shows where every single cent has gone. So it shows everything in there. Everything is transparent. Everything is disclosed. And yet the contract, in fact, this is a contract. Okay, oh, there you go. There it is. Yeah, disappears. So, but this contract is 12 pages long. But really on here, there are maybe 2 pages of real importance, and the rest are disclosures, standards, what particular terms mean. Mm-hmm. So to the British person or foreign person buying here, it's a very friendly state to allow so much information to be put into a contract that covers so much information to feel them better.
Yeah.
Including not loopholes, but ability to come out of a contract. And I'll explain that a bit later.
Great. Well, look, there's some. We'll come back to some more nitty gritty in a while. But let's have a look at a property, shall we? First, which I believe is in Reunion, and it's a 3-bed, 3-bath home. So I'm going to let's play it, and then we can talk about it, Howard. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yes. Hello, folks. It's Howard here, Broker Homes America Realty. Well, today I'm now on Bahama Bay, which is about 12 minutes from Disney, and we're going to look at a condominium. It's a different idea to a single-family home with a pool, but Bahama Bay, in fact, the first home I sold on here was when they were building it in 2002. So I'm quite versed in this area, and it is probably one of the most successful condominium purchases you can make for an investor, or a second home, because it's a nice place to be. It has 2 club homes, it's on a lake, it's got a pier, it's got everything you need as a resort. So it's 138,000, it is the penthouse, and it's 1,655 square feet. So I'm going to pick you up now and take you around it. It comes fully furnished. Okay. Right, through the door, as you can see, there's only a staircase here. There's only 3 stories, so there's no elevator. But as soon as you come in, and quite useful really, is having the utility room at the front with its own little window. Okay. then here is one of the bedrooms. The on-site management here is a good one, and it does supply good rentals here, and in normal circumstances a unit like this can expect 70 to 85% occupancy. But this is bath, shower, twin sinks that this room here and another one will share. So, but in the kitchen, nice white kitchen, good size, got all the appliances you need, flat top cooker, microwave, and a Star Wars fridge. Hey, makes you wonder what would be in there if you open it up, like a Yoda Gurt or something. Right, nice little archway coming through into the dining room and the living room. So we have a bar there, not a real one, but sit down to eat. Dining table, and then the lounge. So I know the front door's open, but quite bright and airy. It's a beautiful sunny day now. It's at about 72 degrees. Not bad for mid-February. Right, this is the other room. So one bedroom left. And this bedroom has its own little balcony outside. And this, see down there, there's a little water, and you can walk around these pathways to either of the club homes, but you're very near here to the one with the restaurant and the bar and the nighttime entertainment. Okay, so the lounge here has a little balcony that does actually move on into a larger one. Okay, so now we've got a good size patio area here. Now, a lot of the other units don't have this size of patio. So if you had a 3-bed, 2-bath at, say, 1,300 square feet, you're only going to get 3 small balconies. So people like to choose this to rent. Now, here's the master bedroom. It's very big, very long. Look all the way down there, the bathroom. Okay. So just to get that bearing again, there was the kitchen. There's the lounge, right? So through here, closet. I think it's a buffet table. Children's cots. This one here is a locked cupboard, and that's, as you can see, a private one where the owner keeps their stuff. And now into the big bathroom. So it's a nice big shower. Again, big garden tub. One sink there. One sink there. A WC. And there we go. So that is the penthouse condominium of Bahama Bay, $138,000, and it's currently in between rentals. It is spring break over here now, so it's probably somebody be coming in soon. So thank you very much for listening, and once again, Howard here, and I'll see you at the next door. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow, so that was Bahama Bay, Howard. I mean, what struck me was how huge it was. I mean, the rooms are so much bigger than we're used to in Europe.
Oh, very much so. Things seem to be, if there's space available, let's use it, you know, so it's very over the top. There obviously are smaller units in there. Now, that was a 3-bed, 2-bath penthouse, but the most popular sought after for rentals is a 2-bed, 2-bath. But there are specific 2-bed, 2-baths on the end of those units. Many units are in Bahama Bay, which are excellent because they have big bathrooms too, where the inner 2 bedrooms, people, if they're repeat renting, will ask to go to the end 2 bedrooms. Okay, so it's very specific. So when people are buying a property there with me, then this is what I'm explaining in order to make sure that they're making the most out of that investment. And just as a matter of interest, when I was in the master bathroom there, it was very noisy. And that's because I put the fan on, but obviously the motor bearings were going. But when I finished, I went to the reception because that one is managed on site. There are many on there which I manage because the people want me to take care of them. But if it's a good unit that's already doing well when we buy it, then we're not going to break it for the sake of it. So I told the reception and they actually got it fixed that afternoon. And since doing that video, there's a contract on that property at this time, but there are others. In fact, on Bahama Bay right now, there are 20 active units for sale, which is not many for a large resort that's got numerous swimming pools and numerous restaurants. But there are 19 homes right now which are in the pending position, meaning somebody has got a contract and we're waiting for the title company to close it. Right? So if it was cash, then it's going to be about 30 days or less. If it's with a mortgage and it's a foreigner, then it's going to be 45 or 60 days in order to allow for the mortgage. But in the last 6 months, 43 of those units have sold on there. So there's not a lot of stock right now.
So tell me, why is Bahama Bay such a popular area for rentals?
Well, it's its situation, its location. And also the lush landscaping in there, you really do feel as though you're turning off Florida and driving through the gates into the Bahamas, because they've done an excellent job of keeping it and maintaining it. But because of the on-site facilities, then people can enjoy being at home. And it's not just like a hotel room where it's just a complete block, something at the bottom. Here they can go walking, they can there's a little golf thing, there's tennis, there's quoits, there's everything you could think of there. And they have nighttime entertainment too. So that's what makes it popular. But as I said before, a lot of realtors are commission driven. So, but I tend to work on historical facts. Sometimes I call it hysterical fact because I can never remember. But with historical fact, the fact is that 9 out of 10 people that will come from England or domestic that ask me to show them condos, I will show them numerous condos, but the 9 out of 10 will gravitate to a purchase. It's a pure investment onto Bahama Bay.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long would it take me to get there if I landed in Orlando International Airport?
Well, it's a good job you are landing in an airport. That's really handy. So, but it would take you probably about 35 minutes.
Is that all? Wow. Okay.
And you probably, I mean, the relationship in time to Disney would probably be 10, 11 minutes. So very close.
Great. And the sort of the tick box that make it a good rental property is I mean, there's lovely, you can see the lovely generous terraces, you can see the 2 bathrooms. What are the other, apart from the amenities that you've described on site, anything else that make that a good rental property particularly?
Do you mean in general rental properties? What makes them a good property?
That one that we just saw.
Yes, yeah. No, that particular one is because the highest renters at the highest rate will be the 2-bed, 2-baths and the penthouse condos, because there you have 2 full bathrooms with a tub, with a shower. And when you have some of the 3-bed 2s, which are in the middle, and the 2-bed 2s, then you have the tubs where you have the shower above it. So comfortability and repeat rentals, but the rentals there in the normal conditions, depending on the level, because you can, if you do it up nicely and it's all nice, then you're going to be in platinum. And so you're likely to be about 80, 85% occupancy rate. Wow. Or if you're in gold, you might knock 5, 7% off, or in silver. Or if you just got a reclining chair, a beer fridge and a TV, that's it, then you'll be in the bronze standard. And so you won't get as many rentals or so much per night. So taking care.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering if that one came furnished that we saw.
Yeah, generally any investment home will come furnished because it's They may have bought the furniture there, they put it in, but the logistics of actually taking that back somewhere or selling it is not good. But it's great for the buyer with a mortgage if it is furnished, because a home, let's say a single family home, 4-bed, for example, might cost around about $28,000 to furnish it, to get it rental ready. So if they're looking, people with a mortgage are looking for a home to purchase, that means they haven't got the full money, or there's a reason why. But if they look for a furnished home, that means they're not having to take an extra 28,000 out of their pocket. The hard-earned cash, they can keep it fluid if it's furnished. And plus that, it's up and running from day one. Yeah, I mean, it might be old furniture, early Transylvanian type of design on it, but the point is, you bit by bit it can be changed. But the thing is, if it's for investment, we've got to make it an investment, and not just a loop around your neck. Yeah.
Fine. And how do you how do you get the rentals? How do you attract people to rent out your property?
It's a great question, and it's not a difficult one, but there are so many different types of properties, because we've got the condos, we've got the townhomes, we've got the single family or the villas with a pool, and then we have 3 beds and 4 beds and everything. But once again, historically, the largest market is looking for, in the single family home, a 3-bed to 6-bed, and sometimes a 7. But if the 7 is an amazing home, like the one we'll be seeing later, then that doesn't cause a problem. It's okay. But once you enter the realms in the higher bedrooms, it's like buying a hotel. And whilst your income might be higher, your outgoings, operational costs are much higher, because it takes so much time to somebody to do 15 bathrooms and 15 bedrooms and 2 lounges and so many seats. So the sourcing of the bookings to cover that myriad of different types of rentals has to come from different sources. Mainly doing this so long that they're previous guests. And right now we have a lot of snowbirds in, but when they arrive, they like to come into the office and rebook for next year. So January, February, March, it doesn't matter who it is or what you've got, you're going to have snowbirds in that property. Yeah. So that's kind of taking care of them by the snowbirds. We do have our own rental website, which has live reservations, so people can go on there and see all of these homes that we have, the hundreds of them, and they can choose and pick their own. We also work with travel companies when they travel, and so that would be Virgin and US Air Tours. So it's from all around the world. So even if a country is a little bit low on its we're doing a bit badly, we're not going to Florida this year, there's another country that's doing really well. And so because it seems to be a magnet for everybody that wants to come. There's booking platforms as well, others which we get it from, such as HomeAway, Airbnb, VRBO, TripAdvisor. So we're latched with them, so people can book their properties. Now, many of the homeowners actually do their own bookings, which is fine with me. I'm not just trying to get any commission off it. But if I can get them or help them to source their own rentals, that means they're getting 100% of the money. That means that they're getting it likely at a higher rate, because people are dealing with the king and queen of the house. So it's a set pattern of how to deal with each person. Now, each person is just a buyer, is it like fingerprints? They're all different. So there's not one rule for everybody. So it's a bespoke service to help people get the right thing.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to have another little tour. We're going to look at Formosa Gardens,
yes,
which I believe is in Kissimmee. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes. Now this property is actually the nearest one out into Disney. Right?
Brilliant.
So, yeah, let's see it, and we'll tell you a bit more about it. Hello, folks. It's Howard here, Homes of America Realty. Right, today we're looking at a home at the higher price range, and this one is on Formosa Gardens, which is very near to Disney. The price of this property is $950,000, members dollars. But why is it that much? Because the location, but more, it's just over 6,500 square feet. It's got 7 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms. And here, pre the pandemic, the occupancy rates were between 45 to 48 weeks a year, and at an average of over the year of $385 per night. That equates to about $129,000 gross income per annum. So it's kind of prorational to the price as an investor. But during the pandemic, this home still held its own with a 60% occupancy, about 31, 33 weeks, so still paid for itself during that bad time. So I'm going to show you this home now. So we're going to have to be quite quick because it's a big home to get through, and I'll try and give you the highlights about what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to pick you up now and take you there. Right, so let's just get back a bit. See, very impressive home. The tower on the end. To see if Shrek or a prince lives here. Oh, so you've got the compulsory creaking door. There you go. All right, let's whiz now. This is the grand entrance hall. Very nice, very tall ceilings. I think they knocked 2 rooms into one. So around the corner should be Jim. There he is. Okay. Now, the master bedroom is a suite, so we go left or right. Let's go right. So in here we have the one of the closets. This would be male, female. The other one is a lockup at the moment. And what a beautiful bathroom. How about this for a shower? In one way, through the car wash, back out the other side. Yeah, simple. Okay, so master bedroom. Wow, look at that. It's almost upside down, this room. Okay, one of those doors leads out to the pool area. So now a very quick, brisk walk, trying to keep you still. There's the formal dining area. Here's the office or utility room. You have to have twice as many due to the amount of people in the home. Okay, games room, keep some people happy in there. Then we come into the family room. And the family room here also has some extra dining in there. Is that you calling me? A good kitchen. And then through that room over there is just another bedroom, bathroom, entrance out to the pool area. Somebody offering me solar energy. Right, up the stairs. Now, this is a loft. Nice view outside. You see a balcony out there, which we'll go out in on a minute. So, the blue bedroom, the BB. And another nice room here with the ensuite, but the people upstairs can also use it as sort of a cloak. We have the office. There's a kitchen up here, foosball. Fast going. And then the cinema room. Oh yeah. Now you see with the cinema room and the games room up here and the games room downstairs, why families want to rent this particular home. Okay. His own bathroom there. And then head towards here. Right, the purple room. And now the last bedroom, which also has a crib in it there, is this paradise pink room with a nice bathroom in here too. So let's go and have a look at this balcony out here. Beautiful view, palm trees. So up here you can have people, you know, who are sitting waiting or just enjoying the weather as it is today. And then down here, it's sort of Roman baths. It's nice to sit on those trickling steps, I guess, with the pool. We're probably just a mile and a bit from Animal Kingdom, and about 2 miles from the entrances to Disney, so very close to everything. Anyway, folks, that's it. Sorry I couldn't do it any quicker, but bit of a rush, but Howard here, Broker Homes America Realty, and I'll see you at the next front door. Take care.
Wow, Howard, that was huge.
I know, isn't it big? Yeah.
I mean, 7 bedrooms. I mean, who would typically a couple of families rent that together?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Particularly sometimes you'll have families that are reuniting. It might be one half lives in Canada, the other half live in Germany, and they'll come together at a place like that. And that home, because of its size, which is very big, I think from the top of my head, I think it's about 6,400 square feet. But it gives that opportunity to be with people and not with people at the same time, you know, because a lot of people, like, you know, Granddad might like to go and scratch his nose somewhere, so he's got somewhere to go. Yeah, but the house itself, in fact, that one is now under contract, and the strange thing is that it was somebody that's come from North America, New York State, and they want to relocate. But now, when he heard he liked the house, so he put a contract on it. But when we told him that it was a rental home, and we showed him the income that it was getting, he's actually changed his mind, and not about the house, but not coming down yet. And he's going to continue to run it as a rental home, because now coming into better times, then it's going to be producing that good income for him. So it's strange how stories unfold about homes.
Yeah, and I mean, you referenced the sort of the fact that these big before about it costs you know, it's a lot of house to clean and look after. You know, a good rental manager will do that, will sort all that out for you. But I mean, what sort of budget should you allow to pay for property management? You know, if you have an investment like that.
Right. Okay. Buying the home is easy. That's easy. Running the home after, that's the important bit. And that's why I opened up the Homes America Management, because people were saying, you did such a good job helping us buy it, can you not take care of it? So eventually succumbed to pressure, and we opened that up. So it's been running a long time. Now, sometimes I hear people say, can I join your management? The one I'm with is not doing very well. And I'll say, why? And they might say, well, they're not getting us any rentals. I said, well, it could be a pure management company, just caretaking your home and not actually treating you as an investment like we do, because we have the rental side. So that can be a reason why people want to come over. When said the importance, you have to be very, very trustful of your property management. And that means that diligence has to be put towards that. And that's got to be done, not the day you close and then suddenly think, oh, what about property management? It's got to be done beforehand, so you can find out and perhaps talk to homeowners who are actually under the care of that particular company, and not just a referral from a realtor, because sometimes realtors will get a referral commission from a specific management companies, and therefore you're just being cattle fodder, just being pushed around as numbers. So care of the home, you have to think of that word care. There's a difference between care and watching over something. And that's where, when you say budget for it, yes, there is going to be a regular monthly fee, which is likely to be in the mid 100s, maybe 145 to 170. That's the real range that it should be. If anybody said 250, you go, whoa, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. The utility costs will all come out of direct debit or auto pay, it's called here, from the bank account. So when we get our rentals in, the money, that goes into that client account within our company. And then they can say to us, can you transfer $10,000 into my personal account in America, because you have to have one, especially to operate it with, and also to have your mortgage come out if you have enough. And then we will have a certain form, a release form, to send that amount of money over to their account, and then they pay for it. So you will have your utilities. Now, the utilities on a 3-bed condo are totally different to the utilities on a 7-bed home like that, with the amount of light bulbs in there too. So it's difficult to give me a quantified answer other than there are regular fees. The pool will probably cost, if it has a pool, then it's going to cost $100 a month for 4 visits in order to deal with it. If you have to take care of the lawn care, then it could cost another $90 a month in order to keep the grass short. The only other alternative is to pour vodka all over the grass because it comes up half cut. But sorry, the point being is these are all costs that you need to know. And when you're looking to buy the home, you should be asking about management, and you should talk to other owners. But even if you talk to an owner, you may be put off, but they might be under bad management. It does work. It's pure common sense and logic. Before I did all this a long time ago, I was a chief engineer. So what I deal in is performance, figures, logic, common sense. So I try to give that to other families to make sure that they are doing the right thing, or at least they're finding out they shouldn't be doing it. So management cost is difficult to quantify, but I can do it for anybody that wants to know specifically.
Sure. No, I think one of the only things that you hear sort of negatively about the sort of at times about the Florida market is the sort of the people that have sort of have bad management experiences. But that's
I know it's the same. It's the same with relocation. The first people I ever moved were a couple from Burnley. And that was in 1999, I think, 98, 99. And everybody I've ever moved over here since has relatively not gone back, unless it's, there have been a couple of health issues where they've gone back. But other than that, everybody's here. But they used to have TV programs on the UK showing all the horror stories because they didn't do it correctly. They didn't do the diligence. And once again, I use that word quite a lot. They're quite diligent about saying it. So is to make sure that nobody gets hurt. That's all.
Yeah. No, I think that's that comes across very, very firmly. So we're gonna have another look at we're gonna look at the final property, which is on Reunion. Now this is a popular resort, isn't it?
Yes, it is a large resort. It's almost like a little town. You know, have a large hotel in there. It does have 3 golf courses, but you have to be an owner to play.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not an open public course unless you're invited by a homeowner. Yeah, but it's kept at a high level. They do have a water park, and if the house you're buying you can buy it with the membership of the water park. Okay. If it hasn't got it, but you're not told about it, then we say, oh, we want to go to the water park. Great, of course you can. You give us $20,000, and when you sell your house, we'll give you 15,000 back. So those type of associated costs on reunion, if you're buying, it's great if that membership is actually with the house and they haven't sold it back. Now, I was listing a home on there and they said, oh, I'm going to get a refund on my membership. No, 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 don't do that, because this will help you get more money for your home and make it more interesting to somebody other than being hit with that, what feels like a bang on the back of the head, you know, from when you're trying to purchase something. But once again, money-wise for rentals and what have you, it's great. There are huge homes on there. There's multi-million-dollar homes, fine. But this I chose was a 3-bed, 3-bath, quite small, quite simple, and will do a great job for the value against the income.
Okay, well let's have a look at this final one.
Hello folks, it's Howard here, broker Homes of America Realty, and today I'm going to show you a single family home. Now this is on the resort of Reunion, and it's a 3-bed, 3.5-bath. It was built in 2006. It's in a rental program, and in fact the guests only left yesterday, ready for new ones coming in this afternoon. So just a little window to have a look at it. It's a fully furnished pool home, and on Reunion there's another 8 community pools here. You have the 3 golf courses, the water park, the hotel with the restaurant, so lots going on, and only 10 minutes from Disney. So I'm going to pick you up now and show you around this home. Okay. Right, let's take a step back so you can see the front of this. There we are, 2-story with balconies. Walk through the front door after opening it. Right, there we are. This is the formal lounge at the front. There we go. So nice, nice, good furniture, good sitting area, and then through into the kitchen. Okay, it's got good solid worktops, 5-ring flat stove, double sinks, and here in the office, utilities. Right, now all the bedrooms here are upstairs, and so now we got the family room. Okay, so a nook table there for dining and a bar over there too. And then here, besides me in the mirror, there's the downstairs cloakroom. Now, quick view outside. Now, the garage is at the rear of this home, so you just take the back street and then park outside like I did. So you have your own private pool here, sitting area. The price of this home is $319,900. So very good for a good price for here. Up the stairs. Now these golf courses here, you have to be an owner in order to be able to play, unless you're invited. So here's the master bedroom. And in fact, through the blinds there, you can see the golf course. I'm not sure, behind those trees, there is a big lake. Okay. So there's the closet, 8-foot doors, wow. And here's the master bathroom. This big garden tub, a shower. And while we're here, we'll take a look at this balcony outside. This is a private road from the 3 gates that they have here, security gates. You just see the lake through there. Right, a little tech desk. If you want to be a tech, kind of 2 singles or quite a full single there. Very Mickey. That's a good poster, very appealing. I like the wallpaper. And this has its own ensuite too. Once again done in the Mickey theme. And into the 3rd bedroom. Now that's quite good. They've kept this neutral with just a bit of the Orlando things up there. And that means, you know, if golfers are coming here, then they're not stuck in the Mickey Minnie Mouse room. And this has its own bathroom too. Okay. And that concludes the look around this home on Reunion for just under 320, 3 bed, 3.5 baths. Good luck, take care, see you at the next house, folks.
Wow, I really like that, Howard. I thought it was great value, and I loved the style of the sort of, you know, the clapboard sort of New Englandy style houses there. I mean, I thought that was a great little property.
Yeah, and why don't you get a canoe, come across, I'll show it to you.
And it's yeah, and if, you know, talking about affordability, would I be able to get a mortgage to pay for some of that if I was interested in buying? I mean, I know getting a mortgage is slightly more tricky for if I'm not American, as it is with other non-residents in other countries. But tell me, what are my chances of getting a mortgage?
Great question. And sometimes people want to decide should they pay cash or mortgage, and they get stuck which way they should go. So the best way to deal with it again is to find out exactly what it would mean if you did, and what it means to you with the cost to set it up and the ongoing costs of running with the mortgage, and work out that benefit against keeping that other cash fluid in your pocket. So everything's pertinent to everybody. But when I'm talking at your seminars, I always tell people that even before you go to Florida, if you even mention the word mortgage in your head, get pre-qualified. Because we have this idea in England that, oh yeah, I've got this money and I can afford a home of $500,000. And when you get here, then you apply for mortgage, because the way you keep yourself back there, tax-wise, the mortgage might say, we'll only lend you 300. And so you're disappointed and it's not going to work. So pre-qualification doesn't mean anything. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to have an injection or anything, but you can just ask a mortgage. Now, as I said, family company, but my son-in-law is our mortgage loan originator guy in the office. And anybody's welcome to contact us through the contact sheet on the landing page from this page, in order to be able to say, I'm thinking about a mortgage on a home of this much. Can I be pre-qualified? And what he will do, just take simple information in the first instance, and he will pre-qualify you, saying, this is the amount that you can have a mortgage on. It doesn't mean that you couldn't put more money in to make up the value, but you must know. But if they say you're good for 700 and you buy a home for 200, perfect. You know, then we're doing okay. But knowing that in the first place, there's no ageism with mortgages here in Florida. So the oldest person that I ever got a mortgage for was a retiring potato farmer from Idaho, and he was 94. He must have been a good one, because when I rang his wife, he said, oh, he's outstanding in his field. But the point being is, he was 94, he wanted to retire, and I got him a home in Fort Myers on the coast. And he actually got a 30-year mortgage at 94. Yeah, because there is no ageism. You cannot be stopped no matter what your age is. So for people from England, it's exactly the same. because you're treated exactly the same here, except you have to have an international mortgage. That's all. But
So, yeah.
all the details of finding out about the mortgage, I said, should be done before. We can do it easily, and it's for 30 years. People can pay back with no penalty after the first year or two, depending on the mortgage. And it does save your cash, but you need to be aware of the costs of getting it in the first place. It only makes a slight difference to a deal. If you have cash here, it's not in England, it's a little different. It means cash is really king, but here it's not a big edge, but it certainly is an edge. Sorry, you were saying.
What happens if you die before paying off your mortgage then? I mean, or do potato farmers live till they're 125 or what? I mean, how does that work?
You mean the potato farmers had his chips? Yeah, I got it. So, in fact, he had a daughter who was 60.
I was going to say, do you leave your mortgage to your daughter or your son?
Yeah, and she will be assuming the mortgage, because
Right.
even a buyer here can assume somebody else's mortgage. It's not a good idea because you accept other responsibilities.
Yeah.
And these type of things, just mentioning now, is all part of the experience of what helps you to be able to help somebody to buy a home properly, because you can bring in this thousand deals, that we've done over time, and recognize a bad point if it's coming up, and make you aware. But for anybody who said wants a mortgage, please just ask, and we'll take care of it. But for other people that are, I might think about buying a home in Florida in a year or two, then once again, if they go to the page on the inquiries, but they can ask me to give them a portal. And the portal means that they tell me, this is the price range I believe I'm in, and if I'm having a mortgage, I will check with Ben, the mortgage man, to see if it's right. Then they will regularly get from my multi-listing system reports every day of every home that comes in. If it's a vacation home, it will only cover my polygon map where the good rentals are. So it will pull the homes out and send them to them, but it will keep their finger on the pulse of what's happening without having to talk to me, because it just helps to understand. And I have a lot of people who will say, hey, I've seen this home, it's really nice. And say, what do you think? And I could look at it, I can tear it apart, and say, sorry, it's not what you're after, because it's facing north. You're not going to get the sun, particularly in the winter. It's on a bad community. It's on a non-rental community. It's got a very high homeowners association, which I can't make sense of. And don't forget, homeowners association, people say, well, that's much higher, this is lower, I'm going to go for this one, but it's a balance. So if it's very low, that means they're not doing the lawn, or they're not doing pest control. So you have to, management keeps adding that cost on. So eventually everything kind of balances. And there's only a few places which are really out of kilter. So HOAs always is a big deal for people looking, but at the end, it doesn't matter, because you're going to pay one way or the other. A house is a house, just like an England.
That's two very good points there that you've got to look at, do due diligence, to use your favorite word, on home owner association fees. And obviously when physically people are looking around a development, they can really see how well things are being maintained for themselves. And then you mentioned the difference that some communities are residential, some are zoned differently, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And the short-term rental, which, okay, if you're on the coast, if we're looking on the coast and it says short-term rental, it means majoritively 30 days minimum. But it might only be twice a year, or it might be 4 times a year. It's feasible, it's 12 times a year. So we have to look at the HOA regulations to see what the rentals are. Because you could say to a realtor, can I rent this property out? He says, yes. Oh, great, I'll buy it. Okay, the question wasn't good enough, and he answered it correctly. but not
Yes,
in.
it's knowing to ask the right questions.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like down in Naples, Southwest Florida. Um, Down there, there's the value of the homes is very high,
Mm.
but people do still want to go down there. It's a really nice place. But there's only, out of all the whole area, there's only 19 resorts that you can actually rent by the week.
Right.
So yeah, the home's going to be 100,000 more than it is in Central Florida. But if you want to spend 6 months there yourself for the winter, and you want to rent it out well in the summer, um, then because a lot of people do send to holidays, or they don't want to go to Disney this year, they want to go to the coast. So it makes sense to be aware of what's available in various places.
Brilliant. So to conclude, as we're sort of drawing to the end, I mean, people can see these wonderful virtual tours now before they can actually physically, if they, travel out. They can talk to you and have lots of conversations about the preparation, the mortgage you've already mentioned, the process, and then it's just really a question of flying out when they can and coming in and having a look with you. Do you? I mean, most people must. They might combine a holiday with viewing a few properties. Is that the typical sort of?
Oh,
How do
yeah.
British people come and buy properties with you?
Well, first of all, we have to um, be talking. Yeah, we have to be talking, and they have to try to understand that I don't want them to come on an inspection visit. Oh no. If I pay for anything for somebody, then I'm going to try and make that money back.
Yeah.
Here's two Indian tents in a field. So teepees. So that'll do fine for you. Yeah, I'll get my money back in the inspection trip. No, don't work like that. You shouldn't do that anyway. It's 2 tents. The other point of that coming across is once we pre-qualified them if they want a mortgage and we know their price range, then what we are talking as a family to them, and we're trying to teach them everything they need to know before they come across. Now, one of the things I never ever do, I never ask anybody, are you buying a home? Because once again, if I can show you historically, then, and also with proof that this is okay to do, then they will do it, and they'll ask me if they can put an offer in. But buying a home, it's definitely non-pressure. I don't know what the word pressure is really. So we can do that. We can buy. We've had a lot of people buying blind lately.
Yes.
Yeah, and so if they pick a home, I will then go and do a much longer narrated tour, but I will be showing them the faults in the home. It might have settlement cracks. I might be showing them there's the side of the home is just dropping a little bit. It might be that the management's been bad. And so I will advise them, you could buy this, but we must get it for this price, and then it's going to cost you this to put it right. So people are saying, and once again, if you go on the Homes America Facebook page, then you'll see what people are saying about buying blind. But the best thing to do is to just organize yourself. There's no rush. Florida's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. So let's just take the time, do the diligence, and let's see if we can help. And if they're worried about what goes wrong with the home, here we can ask on a contract to have a home warranty put on. So it will cost the seller $650, but at least the AC or the swimming pool equipment, which if I'm doubtful of it, then I'll be saying, let's get a warranty. Because if anything goes wrong, the maximum it's going to cost you is $75. So that's a very useful tool to have there. But the portal, asking us any questions you wish, as long as it's not something to do with England, I can do what you like. I think that's about it. Oh, the relocating, by the way, anybody that does want to relocate very quickly, most people, 98% of people do it with an e-visa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, where they're actually purchasing a going concern over here that's got at least 3 years of trading records. And
Oh,
then,
right.
yep. And then with that, we have a trend of the business. We have the word diligence, yeah, diligence done on the accounts in order to make sure it's doing what they say they do. And if it doesn't, then we adjust it. And eventually we place in the visa package. And then when it's successful, and they had an interview at the embassy, then within 3 days, they're able to come across here. Now, I got 3 families at the moment who are in that twilight zone of getting everything out the way in England. I think I've got 2 coming in this March and 1 in about June already, but they're going to have a complete change of life, but I can help them with that too.
Wow, yeah, I can imagine there's lots of people in that situation, and the climate of Florida must be very tempting, the low tax, and with all the other aspects we've kind of touched on. So let's hope that we're going to be able to jump on a plane and come out to see you soon. And thank you for all that brilliant advice, Howard. We look forward to seeing you once the property exhibitions resume properly, physically. And there's going to be resources alongside this recording on the homepage of the website. We're going to be updating a guide to buying in Florida soon. So get in touch with Howard with anything of those. It's a one-stop shop, clearly, to buying in Florida, moving to Florida. So yeah, thank you very much, Howard.
No, it's been my pleasure. I've learned a lot. Thank you. Very educational. And I'll see you at the NEC. And thank you for taking all the time in watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening, everyone.